I used to interview every sixth grade student that would come into the school I previously led. All right, so this interview would look like this: child's in front of me on the table, mom and dad on the side. Mom and dad weren't allowed to talk. I was just talking to the kid. Okay, one of the questions I would ask is, hey, why is it important to obey? Why do you need to obey? And so they're looking to dad and they look to mom and then they go, I don't know. I said, well, you gotta have a reason. Just think, just work with me here. Why is it important to obey? And I go, well, the Bible says, absolutely. The Bible says, children, obey your parents. You better believe it says that. That's an extremely important reason why it's important to obey. Is there any other reason why it's important to obey? Yeah. And I said, does your dad does he ever drive faster than the speed limit? And they're like, and the dad goes, it's okay, son, you can tell the truth. All right. And so yeah. I said, well, what happens if he speeds? Well, and he goes past the cop. Well, the cop will pull him over. What happens then? You get a ticket. Then what happens? You got to pay a fine. I said, if you want to stay out of trouble, obeying is a great strategy. It'll keep you out of trouble. That's awesome. Is there any other reason why it's important to obey? And he'll say, I don't know. So we go through this whole thing. Bible says, I don't know, so I won't get in trouble. Then I say, there's one more reason that I think is extremely important for you to obey, and it's because it's going to impact your destiny. All right? And now work with me here a little bit. I want you to see this. If a child doesn't learn to obey mom, dad, teachers, coaches, when God starts pecking on their heart to think to lead them and guide them towards what He has purpose for them, will they know how to obey God if they've never learned to obey any other people? I think their chance is slim in obeying God, because this is what I think will happen. You know, when mom says something and you get in mom's face, when dad says something, you get in dad's face, and then the coach says something, you get in coach's face, and then the referee makes a call, and all of a sudden you see this going on the field. All right, you see that? You see that in your kids sometime on the field? They go to the ref and they throw their arms up and they're starting to argue with the ref. All right, you know, to me that grieves me, because that tells me they never got it. They don't know how to obey. They don't know how to take their stuff. Take what they did wrong and own it. They just never got that. And so they just throw up their arms and they start to argue. And so when God starts to peck on the heart, what's the natural reflex? What do you mean go to Africa? What do you mean? What do you mean? And that's never a good posture. Because there was once when somebody said, God, I don't care what you say. I'm going to do it my way. Remember that in the garden? All right, so Eve said, basically in her heart, that's what she said. I don't care what you say, God. I'm going to do it my way. And we've been struggling with that ever since. You know, that whole sin nature. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it. And that's what our kids have been born into. And if we don't teach them another way, and that way is obedience, they'll just keep rolling with that thing. And they will become that person who will shake and wag their finger at God. Look at this.